Hey guys, hope everyone is doing good. Welcome back to the channel, and if this is your first time here, I sure appreciate you stopping in. Guys, today, the YouTube channel here, we're going to talk about this time of the year, food plotting and why we focus on this. So first and foremost, kind of been absent from the channel a little bit. Feel very blessed, but been super busy on the road. And my boy that's doing some editing, obviously he's got drill and getting ready for, he found out not too long ago he's got some orders. He's got his orders for deployment, and I'm going to be going to Romania for a year. So extra training, stuff like that, doesn't leave a lot of time for editing down videos. Today, guys, what we're going to talk about here, here on the home farm here in central Kentucky, you can see in the background my food plots here. What you're looking at is you're looking at the wheat and the rye from last fall's planting from the Vitalize Seeds carbon load and extra rye that we put in like we always do. This time of the year, guys, we're Memorial Day weekend here, just getting back off a client trip, and we're kind of, this is a inspection, I guess, if you will, to see where we're at. I have planted in the past as quick as a few weeks earlier than this, and I have also waited a week or two later than this, depending on the year. Now, this year we've got a bunch of rain, and when I've been on the road, seems like every day that I look at the weather map, the home farm here in central Kentucky is getting rain. Been a blessing, but I get home and some of my plots look grassier than they probably have before, and then some of them look like this. And why is that? Last year, guys, we switched and went all to Vitalized. This is one of the plots that we put the Vitalize Nitro Boost on. Some other ones I'll show you, they were not. So that's why we are switching. I think it's a combination of a couple things. I think I can pinpoint the ones that are weak a little bit of rye and clover. Those ones I believe are probably the ones that we're building the soil the most. So it wasn't all the seed, obviously. But you can see behind us, guys, this is a great stand. The thatch is starting to go away from last year. We're going to be planting into this here soon, hence today's video. Now, we're out here, guys, like I said, Memorial Day, and what I want to show you is we are inspecting the rye to try to see where exactly we are at in what you hear me refer to as that Dow Stage. Like I said, I've planted a couple weeks earlier than this. I've planted a week later than this. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're timing this right. When this rye, bad example, short stem here, but the rye is at its weakest, most vulnerable point. So when we crimp it, we terminate a lot of it. The termination is successful, but on the other hand, we don't want to wait too long, because when this starts going to hard seed, if we do reseed a bunch of this and don't catch it quick enough, then what happens is, sadly, we plant about 3 times more rye than what we need. So we are inspecting this. This is live. Actually, I haven't done this yet. I just pulled up in the field. And guys, what you'll see is when we take the rye, we're going to take some of these and we're going to break open a couple of the pods. And what we're going to look for is if this is kind of in a milky, that Dow Stage will show you a milky substance that comes out. And that's exactly, I don't know if you can see that or not. I'll try to put it on my fingernail. But it is a real kind of milky Dow Stage, right? I believe we are in the Dow Stage. Just do another one. You squeeze these out. A lot of water comes out. So I think we're actually probably catching it real perfect timing, if you will, right? So going into this, what we're going to do is we are going to take our summer blend, our Nitro Boost from Vitalize Seed, we are going to seed right directly into this. And then what we are going to do is we are going to take the crimper and crimp that down. Like I've stated before, guys, then what we're going to do is we're going to come back over and we're going to spray 2 quarts per acre of glyphosate on everything, set it back, and let that summer blend, that Nitro Boost, do its thing. Building soil, it's totally changed, guys. This regenerative ag approach that you hear me do, that speak of, it's totally changed our farms. So yes, that's what we are going to do. We are going to get this planted here over the next couple of days. I just wanted to bring this to you guys. It is, like I always say, guys, sadly, what I find is this. I find a lot of folks don't look at this step. And then we're also focused on fall food plotting. Sadly, what happens is, right, we get to fall and the ground, the amenities, if you will, the amending the soil, wasn't worked on throughout the entire year. And then the soil's not as good as it could be. We don't have the thatch layer to use to plant our fall blends into and to hopefully, save some moisture. We also aren't letting this rye work in the ground. And then it's a kind of a shot in the dark. Hopefully you get the right weather conditions in your fall planting. Guys, the older I get, the more that I put emphasis into this, is because, like I said, it's totally changed. You can see, you go back to when we started this, it didn't look like this, right? So really encourage everyone to look at a summer planting, a soil building method. And if you're not already doing it, I really encourage that you do this. What we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna go, I invite all of you that are interested. We have started that school, the private learning community throughout the school app. And I know it's not for everyone, it's a paid subscription, but we go a lot further in depth. Just time, we like to keep the YouTube videos short as we can now. And we're gonna do this real in depth on there, guys, and give you step by step and all the, we nothing hiding, nothing from the channel here, but we just have more time on there, and we can do longer videos to really break it down. So I'll touch on this real quick. When you get to this point and you're going into planting, guys, the way that I gauge this is I'm always looking down in underneath, and I'm really studying how much of my clover is strong. Every year that I have found, every year is a little bit different. One year your clover is going to be super strong. Next year your clover is not going to be as strong. And I think that's got a lot to do with rain conditions and obviously what was planted the fall before. But after you crimp, the goal is, guys, at some point you can get to not using herbicide. Here in central Kentucky, that's easier said than done because of our Johnson grass. So, but if you have a really good catch of the clovers, so at that point, what I encourage you to do, if you have that real good catch of clover, not use the 2 quarts per acre of glyphosate, but switch just to a straight clethodim. I use 1 pint per acre. If the grasses are bad, and you can stage that down if they're not as bad. So that's how we use it, guys. I highly recommend that you take a peek at that. And the reason for that is the more of the clover that you can keep alive. And sometimes what I find, guys, is because of the thatch, even when I have to use my glyphosate, I don't kill a lot of the clover that I used to because I've got a lot of thatch going down. So what I can say right now, guys, is it is the rye and the wheat is shorter for this year. Not sure if that was because of the spring we had or the fall we had. Probably a combination of both. But we're going to elect to plant the Nitro Boost, crimp it down, spray it with glyphosate, set it all back, and let it all go again. So like I said, guys, if you're interested, join us at the school app. We're going to go in depth with this process even more. But regenerative food plotting, if you're not doing it, at least doing some sort of a summer soil builder, I highly encourage you to take a look at that approach. Thanks, guys.